Oh, a big day of errands today. That's when my motorhome is more messy. It's a cleaning day. Get my laundry ready, do dishes, and still got the wood that was under my wheel. Um, I tell people I'm leaving this week, and most of the question they ask, the people that I try to finalize things with, like return last few things or say goodbye, hugs, last visits, finish up stuff we had already talked about or promise, like watching a movie together or whatever. Where am I going? Yeah, it's better. It shows some friendliness, but it's. Anyways, I wanted to say, I mentioned Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? and, and I say I don't know where I'm going right now. I'm giving myself a gift of love. This is a community that has nothing to offer me, while I have everything to offer it, and I've documented 8 months of trying. And I've also started documenting some butterfly effects that are indirectly linked to me, where there's some things getting a little bit better, but of course it's not something that will succeed that much, and whatever little success happens, it'll be limited, because it's not like suddenly I trained an entire culture at an employment somewhere or a political party somewhere to be culture affairs, and they'll be fine, and it's time for me to go because I trust they have the skill sets now. That's not what it is, right? So, this has nothing to offer me as a community, and I knew 3 months into it, and it's more than 8 months, and it's Valentine's. And being able to love somebody else, you have to be able to love yourself first, so I have to do that. Here's a joke, as I shaved some areas today that I don't as often shave, and it's in case I get lucky by myself, because, when it's been a while since you shaved that area, sometimes you don't even get lucky with yourself. um, so, just in case, Valentine's Day week, I love myself. So this Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, when I say I don't know where I'm going, I don't even know, and it's still cold at night. Like, it's still minus this week at night, right? And I don't know where I'm going, if I'll have electricity, or if I'll even bother kind of paying too much for people that ask for just electricity for one night. Like, if it's $25, screw you. 10-ish is okay. I'm living in my motorhome. All you have to do is, sell me 70 cents of electricity or something. No, it's okay. So, I love myself. That doesn't mean you allow yourself to be a victim in this way. So let's say I'm cold. And people say, well, you don't understand the Abraham Maslow needs. That's like the first one, like, shelter and food. And, it's like, first of all, I can go without food for longer than the average person. The food I eat most of the time doesn't make me feel good. Second of all, I've slept in much colder than this, and I can survive. So for me, plus I know how to problem solve these needs. Once there's a community I want to stay in, of course I get myself a more comfortable place. That becomes a higher priority choice of what to work on. But what you guys don't get is you guys just do this basic thing. This is pretty much where you are as a failed people primate species. I'm already higher up there. I am already going for the needs that are more related to my brain size, let's say. And when it's obvious, the data, simple math really, and one of my specialties is math tutor. And I don't think anybody's really asked me in the Columbia Basin Trust, including their volunteer program, that doesn't seem to give me a professional answer when I tried early on. But even like people that know it's hard to find a math tutor that makes math fun for your kids, and simple math, people, is be careful trusting the Columbia Basin Trust with what's happening. Money is just moved around in the elites. You're not going to benefit from, climate emergency catastrophes, and the insurance companies are going to say act of God, and you're screwed. And the money's always been pushed up to the elites, and they're so used to it, they're going to fight for it when they don't need that much. So you guys will be screwed. I did a little bit of research to see how much corruption there was in this Columbia Basin Trust at the beginning, but what's the use? I'm not looking for a big fish, to pursue. Like, I'm just talking about the general human condition. It's not uncommon that you can't rely on the Columbia Basin Trust, or other organizations. ICBC is still pretty much screwing everybody in BC. So, it's up to you guys. Like I've already documented and talked about these things enough. The villains are the norm. they're not these organizations. The norm allow things. And I was talking to a guy about Canada being a laissez-faire pattern of culture and hypocrisy pattern of culture that is very strong. The U.S. don't have these, so the U.S. are more in problem-solving mode for the Anthropocene. They also have pretty serious problems, but and they're going to have some pretty serious issues because their country is more divided in the middle compared to us. But we have the general pattern of not problem-solving, just pretending and still being happy, and just blaming others when the majority of people are the ones creating the problem. It's pretty bad here. So I wanted to say that, so based on the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is I'm leaving because even though it's not super comfortable at the first level, that's never been my goal. With my skill sets, my goal is higher level of needs for social creatures, capable of the skill sets that I have and the systems thinking and problem solving, culture repairing, motivational commitments that I have. So I'm leaving for these reasons, and thanks to the people that did become a little bit more friendly with me, but that still did not deviate from the status quo of being, just focusing on being an employed person with a paycheck coming in. I mean, you'll be stuck with the problems coming very soon. 2023 will actually be the year where it'll be more noticed that problems happening in other countries have impact in your own country, and also how the elites will be a little bit more self-serving and be more apparent to see as not public servants, for example, no matter how much they claim to be and make their fortunes in this way. And I'm talking not just politicians. I'm talking people like Jordan B. Peterson. It's going to be a tough year for him, but he created that, right, by not addressing his own HSD like the majority of you. So good luck with that, and I'm happy leaving, and I don't know where I'm going or if I'll have heat, but there is a gift of love in leaving, and in meeting other people, or just getting away from triggers that I could count on as being disappointing. That's kind of one of the rare, as I said before, cures I have for species alienation, because you suffer from HSD and don't want to deviate from your path to Anthropocene that has already started, is for me to get away from triggers. At least refreshes me, for new ones and being more tolerant of them.